Peace, family. This is your brother Reggie. I am getting ready to start in about 2 minutes. Where the Magi's at, man? Y'all are going to miss this crazy presentation. Where y'all at? Oh, now I definitely got to start. I got a sister. Wow, Sister Mika, how you doing? All right, so let me just turn down this music and let's start. Oh, wow, I got a big team to do. Yaruk is here? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so let me turn down this music, and because I got an audience, I am so happy. Okay. Peace, family. Let me see if I can put up my show myself for the beginning. Great. Welcome everyone to Africa Online TV. My name is Brother Reggie. If you've not been here before, I so appreciate you stopping by. I definitely want to thank all the people the three people that cash apped me for the last show that I did. I so appreciate buying me lunch. Tonight, family, while the ops are lacking, meaning that they're doing other things like talking about the Diddy stuff and talking about other stuff that's on how can I say some of the other channels on YouTube that are in our community that are talking about topics that, how can I say, may be interesting, but not as interesting as what I am going to share with you tonight. So the first genome sequence from ancient Egypt reveals surprising ancestry, scientists say. It is dated today, Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025. That is today. Now, what is happening is that Egypt, the state that believes that they are the ancient Egyptians, they are in control of the artifacts. And in controlling the artifacts, when they send it to the labs, right? They, oh shoot, Amar Berry, peace to you. How you doing? When they send it to the labs, if it don't come out with the data that they want, you'll never hear about it. But luckily, there are mummy specimens in other countries, and they are sequencing those mummies based on the date that they have them, and that there are some surprising finds. This is one of the biggest surprising finds because a Kemet mummy in the Old Kingdom was sequenced. What this means is that, well, you have the Al-Malak Schunemann report, and they sequenced genomes from a cemetery that had, how can I say, mixed specimens, some from ancient Egypt and some from the later periods. And with that, they came out and they said that the ancient Egyptians are more connected to the Levantine. Well, this report is probably much more significant until we get more mummy specimens. Now, there is the Euromac genome study, and they have finished their study, but they have not released their findings to the public, right? The Euromac. They were supposed to sequence mummies that were in European museums, and they finished it, but they have not come out with their report. So this specimen is the oldest sequenced mummy, so-called African ancestor, and it is from the Old Kingdom. So this specimen tells us a lot more about the Old Kingdom population. Now, I want to caution everyone, because I just want to be scholarly and fair. It's one specimen, but it's Old Kingdom. Oh, my man, Pan-African Designs and Apparel, man, welcome to the show. You're going to like this. We have a Kemet mummy, a Kemet specimen in Old Kingdom, right, that says some things way different than the Schunemann report. So the Schunemann report is important because it is genomes that were sequenced from a cemetery in ancient Egypt, but it's biased not because of the people who wrote it, the report, but it's biased because in that cemetery is a mixture of specimens from different periods. Well, this one is Old Kingdom. And it says from CNN Science, the first genome sequence from ancient Egypt reveals surprising ancestry, scientists say. Now, here is a facial reconstruction of this specimen. Now, there's going to be some more surprises, right? Because this person is certainly African, not Levantine, not Near Eastern, North African. And the other specimen that we have is not in Egypt, but we have the what they call the Libyan mummy. Everybody knows about the Libyan mummy. Now, so let's read a little bit of it till we get to the, how can I say, the grand finale. So this facial reconstruction was made using a 3D scan of the Egyptian man's skull, the African, right? And looks like an African, right? An indigenous African, as they like to say. CNN reports a long sought first. Researchers have sequenced the entire genome of an ancient Egyptian person, revealing unprecedented insight about the ancestry of a man who lived during the time when the first pyramids were built. So this is, of course, after Nermer, during the time of the Old Kingdom. A man whose remains were buried in a sealed clay pot. So let me just expand this so you can read with me. You don't need to see my face anymore. And let's blow this up a little bit. Let's kind of blow this, see if I can blow this up a little bit. Right. So that y'all can read it. Give me a second. Okay, so okay, so let's try it again. Give me a second. Okay. I think this is as good as I can get it right here. Okay, so let's read along with me. A man whose remains were found buried in a sealed clay pot in New Wayrat, a village south of Cairo, lived sometime between 4,500 and 4,800 years ago, which makes his DNA the oldest ancient Egyptian sample yet extracted. Drum roll. The researchers concluded, watch this family, that 80% of his genetic material came from ancient people in North Africa, while 20% traced back to people in West Asia and the Mesopotamian region. Okay. Now, Africans are traveling. Humans are traveling. We know that the Levant or the Delta is a place of confluence of peoples. And so we know that there is going to be some admixture of those groups. But at the same time, 80% of his genetic material came from ancient people in North Africa, right? Now, their findings published Wednesday in the journal Nature offer new clues to suggest there were ancient cultural connections between ancient Egypt and societies within the Fertile Crescent, an area that includes modern-day Iraq, once known as Mesopotamia, Iran, and Jordan. While scientists have suspected these connections before, now the only evidence for them was archaeological rather than genetic. Now, if you look at the Nermer palette, and we can go and pull that up later, you see an image on the Nermer palette that the Africans are fighting from And this image, this kind of lion-headed serpent, right, is definitely a Mesopotamian image. And we really had no clue about the connections to Mesopotamia, but we suspect now, well, this helps us, that some of those groups of people found themselves going into the Levant and then crossing over into Africa. Okay? And so there would be admixture between African people and those people. And so that's not problematic. Scientists also studied the man's skeleton to determine more about his identity and found extensive evidence of hard labor over the course of a long time. Piecing together all the clues from this individual's DNA, bones, and teeth have allowed us to build a comprehensive picture, said lead study author Dr. Adeline Morris Jacobs, visiting research fellow at England's Liverpool John Moores University, in a statement. We hope that future DNA samples from ancient Egypt can expand on when precisely this movement from West Asia started. Okay. Pottery and other artifacts have suggested that Egyptians may have traded goods and knowledge across neighboring regions. Right? Said another way, Africans traded goods and knowledge. Northeast Africans traded goods and knowledge across neighboring regions. But genetic evidence of just how closely different ancient civilizations mingled have been harder to pin down because conditions such as heat, humidity quickly degrade DNA, according to the study authors. This man's remains, however, was unusually well preserved in their burial container, and the scientists were able to extract DNA from one of the skeleton's teeth. Now, there are lots of artifacts, human remains in what you call Egypt, but if it doesn't pass their smell test, you won't know. So the best source right now is getting these remains from museums outside of Egypt. While the findings only captured the genetic background of one person, experts said additional work could help answer an enduring question about the ancestry of the first Egyptians who lived at the beginning of the longest lasting known civilization. So here is where this African ancestor was buried, here, inside a pot. This is a pot burial. Now, we have pot burials in Africa, and you find a large amount of them in Upper Egypt and Nubia, right? And so, without saying any more about that, right, we could connect the dots. But the fact of the matter is, this is what you call a pot burial, right? That we know lots of Nubian groups buried their dead. Now, decoding a DNA puzzle, Swedish geneticist Svante Pääbo, who we've heard a lot about, who won the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 2022 for sequencing the first Neanderthal genome. I know Pan-African James knows about him. Made pioneering attempts 40 years ago to extract and study DNA from ancient Egyptian remains, but was unable to sequence a genome. Poor DNA preservation consistently posed an obstacle. Since then, the genomes of 3 ancient people have been only partially sequenced by researchers using target-enriched sequences to focus on specific markers of interest in the specimen's DNA. The remains used in the work, the remains used in that work date back to more recent time in Egyptian history, from 787 BC to AD 23. When you're looking at remains in that time period, the place where we call Egypt, right, Kemet, Tameri, Tawi, those areas have been, how can I say, invaded by other populations, right? So you have other groups coming into that area. You have the Syrians, you have the Libyans, you have the Nubians coming back into Egypt, and then you have the Greeks, and then you have the Romans, and the Persians, and you have lots of admixture. It was ultimately improvements in technology over the past decade that paved the way for the authors of the new study to finally sequence an entire ancient genome. Now, I know some of you read the point that I said about Mesopotamia, that this person had admixture, 20% admixture with Mesopotamia. Well, that's just admixture. And it's important because it tells a story about people moving, intermarrying, right? Culture, trade, connections, interconnections. Anyway, this technique we use for this study is generally referred to as shotgun sequencing, which means we sequence all DNA molecules isolated from the teeth, giving us coverage across the whole genome. Wrote study co-author Dr. Linus Gerlin Flink, a lecturer in biomedical archaeology at the University of Aberdeen in Scotland, in an email. Our approach means that any future researcher can access the whole genome we publish to find additional information. This also means that there's no need to return to this individual for additional sampling of bone or tooth material. So this is a complete study of a human genome of this man. The man who died during the time of transition between Egypt's early dynasty and Old Kingdom periods was not mummified before burial because it was not yet standard practice. So in this particular period, we're going to get DNA from a specimen that was not mummified. And this process, being buried in a pot, likely preserved this DNA, the researchers said. It may have been a lucky circumstance. Perhaps we found the needle in a haystack. Wow. Gerlin Flink said, but I think we will see additional genomes published from ancient Egypt over the coming years, possibly from individuals buried in ceramic pots. So now what they're focusing on is the remains of Africans in those pots. Pot burials instead of mummified burials. While Egypt's overall climate is hot, the region's relatively stable temperatures, a key factor for long-term genetic preservation. Gerlin Flink said that the clay pot used for burial, and the rock tomb it was placed in all played in a role of preventing the man's DNA from deteriorating. So this is where this African ancestor was found. And these are like rock tombs. And they are all throughout the place named Kemet, Egypt, Tameri, right? These are where Africans were buried into mounds, mounds that were already there, rock faces, and then of course they constructed burial places that look like these mounds, and thus we have tumuli, and we have ultimately what you call pyramids, right? And other structures in between. Tracing unique ancestry. For their analysis, the researchers took small samples of the root tip of one of the man's teeth. They analyzed the cementum, a dental tissue that locks the teeth into the jaw because it's an excellent tool for DNA preservation, right? You know, a lot of DNA samples are gotten from the mouth. Over the 7 DNA extracts taken from the tooth, 2 were preserved enough to be sequenced. Then the science compared the ancient Egyptian genome with those of more than 3,000 modern people and 105 ancient individuals, according to the study. Chemical signals called isotopes in the man's tooth recorded information about the environment, where he grew up, and the diet he consumed as a child as his teeth grew. The results were consistent with a childhood spent in the hot, dry climate of Nile Valley. So we know that this person, from the other ways in his diet and some of the other elements, we can the scientists concluded that he grew up in the Nile Valley. So he didn't grow up in Mesopotamia. He didn't grow up in the Levant. He grew up in the Nile Valley. He consumed wheat, barley, animal protein, and plants associated with Egypt. But 20% of the man's ancestry best matches older genomes from Mesopotamia, suggesting the movement of people into Egypt at some point may have been fairly substantial. Okay, so we know that the Delta region had lots of people. It was a peopling point, and we also know earlier from the Green Sahara that those areas was a epicenter of peopling. But this person is largely 80% North African. Dental anthropologist and study co-author Joel Irish also took forensic measurements of the man's teeth and cranium, which matched best with a Western Asian individual. Irish is a professor in the School of Biological and Environmental Science at Liverpool, John Moores University. So that's one lens. So what we have to do is we have to look at all lenses, right? The study provides a glimpse into a crucial time and place for which there haven't been samples before, according to Losif Lazaridis, a research associate in the Department of Human Evolution and Biology at Harvard University. Lazaridis was not involved with the new study, but has done some research on ancient DNA samples from Mesopotamia and the Levant, the Eastern Mediterranean area that includes modern-day Syria, Lebanon, Israel, the Palestine territories, Jordan, and parts of Turkey. So what we want to do is we want to look at all the data, right? We don't want to be biased. We want to look at all the data. And here's this African ancestor in situ, as we say, right? In the sand, in the exact elements of his burial. And this is the African ancestor. And you can see that he's kind of kneeling. His legs are pretty much up to his chest. And he's in this. This is his burial. This is his place. How's everybody doing tonight? The remains are now kept at World Museum, Liverpool, not in Egypt. Of course, Egyptians, to continue their narrative, is probably going to ask for it back, not for science purposes, but for tourism, right? And also to control the narrative. Researchers have long questioned whether Egyptians from the beginnings of the dynastic civilization were indigenous North Africans or Levantine, right? Lazaridis said. What this sample does tell us is that at such an early date, there were people in Egypt that were mostly North African. Peace, Brother Rakim. How you doing? Put my brother up. Peace to you. So what this sample does tell us that at such an early date, Old Kingdom, there were people in Egypt that were mostly North African in ancestry, but with some contributions of ancestry from Mesopotamia at this time period. This makes perfect sense geographically. It makes perfect sense if you look at the Normar palette, right, where the indigenous Africans were warring with these groups of people that had this cephalopod type serpent lion image, in which we really couldn't figure out, right? So Lazaridis said he hopes it's all the beginning of more research on Egypt, acknowledging that while mummification helped preserve soft tissue in mummies, the chemical treatments used in the mummification process were not ideal for ancient DNA preservation, right? Now, a mysterious burial. The man is, drum roll. Are y'all ready? I told you this is a Kemet, how can I say, a Kemet mummy. Well, he's not really a mummy because he was buried in a different process, right? But he's Kemet, right? By studying the man's skeleton, the team was able to determine that he was just over 5 feet tall, between 44 and 64 years old, and that's an old age in that. How can I say in ancient times? 44, 64 at that time period. This person was, even though he seemed to be hardworking, this particular person was of a great old age, likely closer to the end of that range. So he's definitely a great old age, which is incredibly old for that time period. Probably like 80 would be today, Iris said. Genetic, sorry about, I have my windows open. I'll wait. Genetic analysis suggests in this area, at this time, in this burial, this individual, he had brown eyes and hair and dark skin. Drum roll, we have a Kemet burial. Kemet means dark, Kemet means black, right? This individual is a North African, right? And there you go. Brown eyes and hair and dark skin. Not Levantine looking, but North African looking, right? What do y'all think about that before I go? Tony Macaroni. First, there you go. Magi arches up. We have the oldest sequenced ancestor in Egypt, their ancestors. I'm not going to say ours. I'm going to say Nile Valley ancestor, ancient Kemetic, Tawi, I'm going to say Tameri ancestor, and he has brown eyes and hair and dark skin. And so when we go back to here he is, this beautiful African ancestry that is going to uproot. This is the oldest in this area. This is a Kemet burial following traditions that are African, pot burials. And he has dark hair, brown eyes, and dark skin. I know Chief X is want to commit harikari. I know Chief X is mad, but he don't know about this. He don't know about this. He's late, right? I know that he wants to jump off a damn cliff, right? And here is where he was entombed in. Interesting. It has a hole, right? Interesting. It looks like an eggshell. It looks like an ostrich shell, right? Which would be like an African burial, right? Something in that environment. And here he goes. Dark skin, brown hair, brown eyes. Here, facial reconstruction, they left out big nose, nice lips, big ears. Basically an African man. There you go. Thank you so much, Tony Macaroni. Let's get the likes up, because guess what? We have something now that nobody else has. We have in our data bank, Magi Archers, we have the oldest sequenced genome person from what they call Egypt, and he has dark eyes, dark hair, dark skin, big nose. Pan-African James. Pan-African James. Wait. Let me see what Solomonic TV has to say. I can't wait to see the videos tomorrow. They're going to flip. Nah, they're going to ignore it. They're going to spin it. So Pan-African James, wait. What does 20% Mesopotamia mean? What does it mean that the African man went to Mesopotamia or he admixed with somebody from Mesopotamia? He's an African. What does it matter? Pan-African James, I'm in a, listen, let me put my face on the picture. Yeah, you see me right there? I'm a descendant of African. Obviously, I probably have 20 to 30% European. Does that make me less African? See, we can't lose the war, right? We can't lose the war over what's inside of us. Does everybody understand that? I don't care if we all know them like a book. But the thing is, we got the book in front of us. He's 80% African. He has dark skin. He has dark eyes. He has dark hair. He has a big nose. He's tropical. It doesn't matter if you let them spin it, but they don't have the data. I'm giving it to you. So let's get back to this. Nobody, watch this. Nobody was talking about Mesopotamia except for Ausar Ankh. Ausar Ankh was talking about Mesopotamia, right? But remember, Africans left out of Africa and dispersed. What does it mean to be in Mesopotamia? This helps us understand Mesopotamia even more, that Africans left out. And so the cuneiform writing and stuff like that, it most likely emerged from Africa. It most likely emerged from Africa. The writing on the clay, Africans was etching on rock. Africans were writing on how can I say, baked clay, right? Africans did take the seal technology from the Levantines, which probably got it from the Mesopotamians, right? Pots and novelties don't make people. This right here is an ostrich egg shell burial. You want to know more about this? You should follow Jedam Hekare, right? He is probably one of our best experts on ostrich, the use of ostrich eggs. Certainly Africans use ostrich eggs at their peril, because fighting an ostrich, remember we get the feathers, like the feathers of mod from ostriches, right? We have a long history of ostriches, and ostriches largely were roamed the Green Sahara and then kind of disappeared from the region and then went south, right? So we use ostrich eggs to carry water prior to pottery. Pottery was an innovation that helped us because the ostrich eggs was the more fragile, and the stone vessels were natural stone vessels were great, but then we had to create the technology to create vessels that we created by either using chemicals to soften or to kind of find a way to drill into those vessels. But most likely, I think it was chemicals that softened it. So now, where we go? Where are we going? I'm not finished yet, y'all. Okay, here's Volta. Sumer's in the conversation. Sumer was always in the conversation. Uh, you could see aspects of Mesopotamia on the Narmer palette. Okay, Sumer and Kemet were sister kingdoms. Now we're finding out more about the interaction, Volta. So I'm not going to say that there was not a connection, because obviously there is a connection, right? And this, the DNA now of this African ancestor gives us a little bit more. But guess what's? But guess what it didn't say? It didn't say Levantine. It didn't say Canaanite. So that means it didn't say how can I say European, Eurasian. It didn't say that. So let's talk about the things that we are finding out. What we found out is it didn't say what the people were saying that they were of a Levantine, Canaanite. It didn't say that. And guess what, family? Take my face off the screen. It's going to get worse. Family, it's getting worse. I'm just finding the place. And I'm not going to be here all night. I'm not going to do it unless y'all want to talk about it. Because I got something that we have been waiting for a long time. A genome sequencing of an African in the Old Kingdom that tells another story. Okay, through circumstantial, these clues point towards pottery, including the use of a pottery wheel, which arrived in Egypt around the same time, Iris said. Right? This high-class burial is not expected for a potter who would not normally receive such treatment. Perhaps he was exceptionally skilled or successful to advance to a social status. Before the pottery wheel and writing systems were shared between cultures, domesticated plants and animals spread across the Fertile Crescent in Egypt in the 6th millennium BC as societies transitioned from being hunter-gatherers to living in permanent settlements. Now the study team wonders whether human migrations were also part of that shift. Additionally, ancient genomes from Egypt, Africa, and the Fertile Crescent. Isn't that funny? Additionally, ancient genomes from Egypt, as if Egypt ain't in Africa, and the Fertile. You ever see that? Additionally, ancient genomes from Egypt, Africa, and the Fertile Crescent could supply answers about who lived where and when. That could have been written better, right? Because we got to keep what they call Egypt in Africa. We still got to do that. This is just one piece of the puzzle. You know why they wrote that? Because guess what? People are still stuck in the old period. And even in our community, we have all of these gatekeepers. We got gatekeepers, how can I say? I don't want to lose any friendships, but somehow the gatekeepers think that they read better. They think they read better than people who have degrees, written probably more than 100 papers through class, right? And in their, let's say, hobby life, because that's what they want to condemn people to. So they read better than Brother Reggie, whose teachers was Dr. John Henry Clark and Dr. Leonard Jeffries and Dr. Ben, right? And my great European teachers was Hutton Back, and I had a host of teachers in the university in computer science, where I got a degree. Some of the greatest of computer scientists, Daniel McCracken, Goldberg, Dr. Anshel. I had some great early computer science teachers in the City College of New York, some of the best at that time, worked in war, many of them, right? And in the race for artificial intelligence. Dr. Anshel, who I took in my last year, was an expert in artificial intelligence, That's where I learned the Turing test, and I got an A in his class in artificial intelligence, by the way. Dr. Daniel McCracken, he it was part of America's war machine in cracking codes, right? So, okay, so now, so that ends this. So wait, that doesn't end that, because the next thing we have to do is we have to go to the study. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we have whole genome ancestry of an old kingdom Egypt. So now we have the full article. So that was the teaser, right? From CNN Science. So obviously we got to go to the main article, right? So the main article, we find something that people are not really ready for. What is my Cash App? Yeah, I'll find my Cash App. Thanks, Brother La. Because guess what? You're right, Brother La. Because this is the new study right now. This is it. This is what everybody's going to be fighting over right now. Let's see if I can find it. Yep. Okay, so here it goes. Please support and buy your brother Reggie lunch tomorrow. Thank you, Brother La. I so appreciate it. So, if you know my work, I'm a thought leader in this community. I have been. I came from another place, right? I'm a thought leader. A lot of the topics I introduced very early on. I talked about genomes early on in a debate that I had with the Moors. I talked about Kemet. I've been looking at Kemet for 37 years. I worked at the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture of the New York Public Library. I was on their editorial board. I worked, what else? I worked with Dr. Clark, Dr. Jeffries, Yalinghi Ngimi on the project of translating Civilization of Barbarism into English. I've had a long history. I've been to Africa in 1986, Senegal, Ghana, and Ivory Coast. In 1987, before all of these other people went, I went to Egypt with ASCAC, and I took 120 people on that tour, right? And in 86, that was a smaller tour, but I was in charge of the children of the greats, Dr. John Henry Clark's son, Dr. Jeffrey's nephew, Hassan. I was in charge of Professor Small's son, meaning keeping their asses alive in Africa. That was my job, right? That was my job. Among being an aide to Dr. Jeffries and Dr. Clark, because I traveled personally with them as they traveled throughout, and so I was their escort. Now, here's the drum roll. We want to know, okay, so it says, although acknowledging known limitations, predicting phenotypic traits in understudied populations, the new, I gotta know how to pronounce this, Niue rat, the Niue rat individual is predicted to have brown eyes, brown hair, skin pigmentation ranging from dark to black skin. Let me read that again. The newer rat individual is predicted to have brown eyes, brown hair, skin pigmentation ranging from dark to black skin, with a lower probability of intermediate skin colors. The probability of them being yellow, light, right, is a lower probability. The individual was genetically male, XY sex chromosomes, consistent with the expression of standard skeletal features, right? Okay, he lived to an advanced age, and so we read all of that. But this is the study. So the study about skin color is in methods, and some of our great young scholars, and I see a lot of them here, right? You are free to do presentations to beat them in the head with a baseball bat about methodology, right? But here it is, because some people, I don't play the skin game. I really don't. Because skin don't tell you, skin is not brains. Skin is just something biological. But there are people who play skin games. And so if you want to play skin games in ancient Egypt, well, this paper is for you. Like this butt is for you. Well, the oldest genome individual, his skin ranges from dark to black skin. Black skin. People don't even like the word. Black skin. With a lower probability of intermediate skin color. Look at my Magi's, right? Look at Sadiq. Look at Yerok, right? Look at Pan-African James. Chief X is somewhere with his bottle, right? His pipe and his bottle, right? There you go. Where's kamjiverse? Kamjiverse is gonna like this, boy. I don't know what kamjiverse is, but kamjiverse is gonna love this. Now, who's not gonna like it? Well, Ankh is gonna say, well, we know that Africans, based on the where they are in the Sun Belt, that they are going to have darker skin. He's going to say that, right? But his problem is he doesn't think that the people there notice their skin color. He doesn't think that the people notice different skin colors. He doesn't think that the people notice the skin color of the Libyans. He doesn't think that the people notice the skin color of the Greeks and the rest of the groups of people. Because in his world, people don't know the skin color. Right? So they didn't call themselves black. You hear that a lot, right? Right? They didn't, but the fact is that they notice. Right? Now, the word Kemet means dark. So this is a Kemet ancestor. He's dark. He fits Kemet. Black hair, brown eyes, dark skin, big nose. He fits the definition, the phenotypical definition of Kemet, and he's in the Old Kingdom. Hey, listen, family, press 1 if y'all having fun tonight. Press 1. I ain't going to go further till I see some ones. Are you having fun tonight? Do you tell me what you think about this, family? Because I got one more banger for you. Come on, I need some interaction. Isn't this what y'all been waiting for? Isn't this what y'all been waiting for? Something published about the genome of a North African Egyptian? Like, y'all not excited? Y'all don't see a major battle winning? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Solomon, Sadiq. I know Yeruk is coming soon. Rakim. You're not excited? Indigenous African. Thank you. Great job. Thank you. I'm giving you, do you understand? I think they're going to read the CNN article and run from this paper. You got their number. Brother La, man, sometime this week I'm going to go to the museum if it's willing with our brother La. We're going to go to the Met. We're going to stop by the Arabic section. We are going to go to the new art of West Africa, right? And he's been in the Kemet section so many times, he don't need to go there no more. But the art of West Africa, I'm going to show him something that's going to blow his mind in that area, the arts of Africa. And so if you're in New York, and if you contact me, we can walk the museum. Sadiq has come all the way from Cali. Sadiq came all the way from Cali to hang out with your brother Reggie, right? Wow. Rakim, hopefully during the African Arts Festival. Normally he's in town right now, but I've been missing him. Pan-African James, thank you so much. All right. Oh, we cooking with grease, y'all. Right? Now, I am not going to be here all night. I am not. And let me check my Cash Apps. It's only about 10 of you here or so I understand. But I am going to see if I got some lunch money. Let's see if I got some lunch money. Tonight, I'm not even really doing this for Cash Apps. I'm not. I'm doing this to win the war. I'm doing this for you. Doing this for you. Huh? No Cash Apps. Oh, shoot. Ronald Rucker. Man, thank you so much. I appreciate you. James Bowser, thank you so much. Sister Dana Holton, thank you so much. Corey, thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. I got some lunch money. Y'all done paid for the show. Wow. Thank you so much. Listen, I'm cooking with all type of grease tonight. It's fish grease. I don't know if fish gives too much grease. Maybe codfish, oil. I'm cooking with some grease, right? Now, can I give y'all the banger of this? We want to know if this North African, right? We want to know if this North African aligns with the modern Egyptians. How many people want to know that? Come on, family. How many of you want to know what the paper says about that? We want to know if these North Africans align with Dr. Zahi Hawass ideas. How many people press one if y'all want to know? Yeah, brother, La, bluefish and blackfish, mackerel, they got oil. They got oil. I'm not really a fan of fish oil. I mean fish oil for health, but I'm not mackerel. I don't like mackerel. What's that? Sardines? It's always oily. I'm not a fan of that. Tuna, I like. Yarak, you want to know, right? Solomon, you want to know. Sadiq, y'all want to know. So guess what? I am going to type modern Egyptian. And guess what? You brothers don't know modern Egyptian. Okay, Egyptian. Okay, so let's go find it. Okay. Let's go. We all want to know if Chief X is right. Okay, so let's go to the top. Let's go find it to the top. Maybe I'll tease you a little bit more. Let's see. Facial reconstruction and depiction. Craniofacial analysis and facial reconstruction from skeleton remains were carried out using three-dimensional laser scan of the skulls, right? The Egyptian male data was used to estimate facial tissues at anatomical points across the skull surface. The muscles of the heads and necks were imported in the face lab. Morphometric standards were used. To create the facial features of morphology, such as the eye, nasal shape, lip, and ear pattern and structural creases. Final facial depiction was produced by the two-dimensional photo editing software, which we saw, which looks like an African man, right? Uh, Not a skinny um, Levantine farmer, right? Doesn't see that. So now we're going to go and we're going to try to find. Uh, okay, so what's going to say over here? I'm being fair. Let me see. Second, a craniometric approach from the Cranab with 29 measurement comparisons of database 74 pre-modern through recent global samples, including late dynastic Egyptians and West Asians. So they looked to see if it was that. Our recording and description of skeletal pathology related to age-related breakdown followed accepted methods. Anything over here depicting ancient Egypt tomb walls. So for this purpose, the latter was compared with illustrations of individuals on tomb walls. Facial reconstruction and depiction, I read that. And we're going to molecular sexing. The biological sex of the sequence individual was determined, right? I don't know this work. This work. This is not my work by the RY parameter, but you can read it up. Some of you do DNA way more better than me. So I seen a lot of you handle this a little bit better, Sadiq, Yarok, and others, right? A piece of Mortal Dragon review. What you saying? What you gonna say over here? And Ankh always says the range in skin color, but he never says they range black skin. Man, you know my brother Ankh. You know him very well, Mortal Dragon Review. But guess what? Game is over when it comes to this paper right here. I wonder if I'm going to say that the study is using a racialized term for their skin. I wonder if Ankh is going to go, how can I say, if he's going to defeat science. Right? If Ankh is going to defeat science, right? So now let's go to, okay, admixture clustering, Pan-African James likes things like admixture clustering. Where's Ngozi? Right? And where's in well, Ngozi would say, the North Africans cluster with the the Levantine populations, and he would talk about the back migrations and all that stuff like that. But it don't say all of that right here. Okay, New Rot. I gotta pronounce it better than that. New Rot genome ancestry modeling. Okay, we first estimated that the New Rot genome and contemporary North Africans and West. We first estimated the New Rot genome and contemporary North African and West Asian populations, Levant, also for each of the 8 categories sites separately, Anatolia and Morocco. Ancestry proportions are the combination of the still Neolithical population from North Africa and West Asia, Morocco, Paleolithic, Anatolia, Neolithic, Neolithic Levant, Neolithic Zagros, Neolithic, and Caucasus. This analysis was carried out on these SNPs. Then we estimated this group, the Bronze Age Levant, for each of the 8 audit sites and Bronze Age Anatolia ancestry components, adding more proximal Neolithic and Chalcolithic, that's Ngosi's word, North Africans and West Asian populations of potential sources. So they're looking to where it lines up to, right? So they got all of this in their models, right? Okay. Third intermediate period ancestry model. We estimated the ancestry populations of 2/3 intermediate period Egyptians using North African and West Asian populations live between the Old Kingdom and the third intermediate periods as potential sources, right? So they looked at all these different groups to kind of nail down what the ancestry is. Present day Egyptian ancestry modeling. We directly estimated the proportion of this ancestry in present day Egyptians as a whole of each individual separately, as well as ancestries from North Africa and Morocco. So they're putting all of this in the soup. For each region, we selected representations closest to NU 101's lifetime. This is the model that we're looking at. So so East African ancestry modeling. So they threw this in. So they're throwing all these models in, right? Okay. So, and they continue the imputation. The genotypes of the Neurorot were imputed together with 200 ancient genomes from North Africa and West Asia associated. So they're continuing all their modelings. Some of you could say this better than me. So I don't know if I read it here or somewhere else. And maybe it's a little bit above, but until I can actually pinpoint it, I'm not going to say what I was going to say until I actually find it out where I actually found it, and it may be in the beginning of it. So the question is, okay, let's read the conclusion. Our results demonstrate the feasibility of ancient genome sequences from the early stages of Egyptian dynasty. One possible explanation for the successful whole genome retrieval is the pot burial, which may have favored a degree of DNA preservation not previously reported in Egypt. Egypt is never going to report anything like this. This contributes to the roadmap for future research to obtain DNA from Egypt. Although our analyses are limited to a single individual who, on the basis of a relatively high status burial, may not be a representation of the general population, our results reveal, but he's not Mr. He may not be Mr. Right, but he's damn sure Mr. Right now. And he's definitely Mr. Right Zen, right? So may not be representative of the general population. You have to say that our results revealed ancestry links to the earlier North Africa groups and populations of the Eastern Fertile Crescent, which was the 80% African and the 20% Fertile Crescent. Analogous links were indicated in our biological affinity analysis of dental traits and craniometrics of the Neurorat individual, as well as previous morphological studies based on full samples. The genetic links with the Eastern Fertile Crescent also mirrors previously documented cultural diffusion, such as domesticated plants, animals, writing systems, and the pottery wheel, opening up the possibility of some settlement of people in Egypt during one of those periods. The Neurorat genome also allows us to investigate the Bronze Age roots of ancestry in later Egypt, highlighting the interplay between population movements and continuity in the region. Further whole genome sequences of DNA from more individuals will allow for a more detailed and nuanced understanding of ancient Egyptian and its inhabitants. Okay. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, we next tested how present-day Egyptian ancestry could be traced to the Bronze Age populations living in North Africa, including Neurotic, West Asia, Europe, and Sub-Saharan Africa using this QPADM. Despite substantial heterogeneity, most present-day Egyptian genomes can be modeled as deriving their ancestry from 5 sources related to Neurotic: the Middle Neolithic Morocco, Bronze Age Levant, the 4,500-year-old individual from Ethiopia, and two approximately 230-year-old individual from the Congo. So he's taught. What did he say over here? He said. He said. He said. Uh, we tested present-day Egyptian ancestry. So present-day Egyptian ancestry, they find their ancestry linked to these groups over here, right? Thus, if tracing the ancestry of many present-day Egyptians in our study to the Bronze Age, most of it would be found in groups related to Neurotic or alternative sources best represented by Middle Neolithic Morocco, from which approximately 80% of Neurotic ancestry derives. So Neurotic, he is coming from uh, the West. His ancestry is coming from West Africa. Northwest Africa. The second most common ancestry component is related to the Bronze Age Levant, consistent with the ancestry detected in third intermediate period. Bronze Age uh, Caucasus ancestry is present in a fraction of the present-day Egyptians, but is similar to the Bronze Age Levant ancestry. Our models show a more recent arrival of East and West African ancestries in present-day Egyptians. Let me read this again. Our model shows a more recent arrival of East and West African ancestries in present day Egyptians. So, present day Egyptians, family, you listen to this? Present day Egyptians, right, get their arrival late from East and West African ancestries. So normally we look at what we call the modern day Egyptian, and we make that person the epicenter uh, or the model for ancient Egypt. No, this is saying our models show a more recent arrival of East and West African ancestries in present day Egyptians. And so present day Egyptians, right, got African ancestry late, which has also been previously suggested and dated to 27 generations, also using linkage disequilibrium based admixture dating. Moreover, we note that there's substantial diversity in ancestry across Egypt. Approximately 20% of the present day Egyptian genomes included here did fit the model described above. So only 20% of present day Egyptian genomes fit the model described above. Uh, what do y'all say? What do y'all say about what I read? What can someone break down? I'm gonna put in the link. I'm gonna put in a link. I need y'all to go over this for me. There you go. Pop out, y'all. I'm asking y'all to pop in, pop out. So what we do is we find that the modern day Egyptians are 20% of East and West Africans, right? But said another way, modern Egyptians absorbed this. They were not that. Please listen. If I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, y'all let me know. Okay, Jose Francis. Come on. Anybody else? Come on. This is really important, y'all. This is the fight right here. They usually want to say that modern day Egyptians or the ancient Egyptians, and we find out that they're absorbing African DNA genomes late. So they can't be these people. Am I reading that wrong? Don't yes me. Don't be my friend. Jose, you there?
Yeah, Reggie, what's up?
You know what's up, man.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear
They
you.
said the man was. They said the people. They said the people was black to super black, nothing in between. Huh?
Well, that's what that part said,
Now I
but
want them to say we're not using science.
this part right here is what I'm interested in. Hey Sadiq, man, if you could pop in, man. Urok, if you could pop in, man. I mean, did I read this wrong?
No,
The second most common ancestry component related to Bronze Age Levant, consistent with the ancestry detected in the third intermediate period individuals. Bronze Age Caucasus ancestry is present in a fraction of present day Egyptians, but is similar to the Bronze Age Levant ancestry. Our modern shows a more recent arrival of East and West African ancestries in present day Egyptians. So, present day Egyptians, they absorbed African DNA. They can't be the Africans of the Nile Valley. Am I reading this wrong? Press 2 if I'm reading it wrong. Press 2. I need to know if I'm reading this wrong.
no, no. That that's what it says. It said they came in from the Levant and absorbed some blackness. That's what it said. Correct?
So, present day Egyptians did that. Present day Egyptians absorbed East
Yes,
and West African DNA, so they could not be the original ancient Egyptians.
that's what it says.
I gotta be sure. I need somebody else. I need somebody else. 'Cause I gotta make sure that I'm not
And you,
hallucinating. Because if I'm not, if I'm not hallucinating, if I'm hallucinating, please tell me I'm hallucinating. Because if I'm right,
no, that's what it says.
so that means these modern day, they're calling them now later Egyptians. They're calling them later Egyptians, and they are absorbing these populations, right? Green from Morocco, right? This population over here, this Nui sample right here, they are absorbing it. They, how can I say they absorbed it? It didn't go the other way. a family, a family. I'm okay. Look, maybe Brother Reggie's exaggerating this. Maybe Brother Reggie is
I don't think so.
exaggerating this. Maybe y'all have to look it
No,
over,
brother.
right?
No, brother
But
Reggie. Brother
these
Reggie read
modern
that right, and he gave us ammo.
these later Egyptians, they're calling them later Egyptians. So yo, Unc, my man, my brother Unc. You know, Unc is my friend. I love listening to Unc. I just argue with Unc. But what I'm saying, tall guy Haru, man, how long you been here, man? Tall guy Haru, how long you been here? Tell me how long you been here. What you miss? I am saying that in this study, the ancestry models of later Egyptians absorb through admixture the ancient population. They didn't give it. They're not the same. Look. Y'all, I'm getting ready to end the show. Y'all not excited, boy. Y'all not
Well,
excited.
well, brother. Brother Reggie, before you end the show, I want to say thank you because I was actually thinking about doing a show, huh? So you gave me ammunition to go through this.
Oh, you
So I
got
got
it.
some good. I
I,
got some good material. I got some good material here.
you got you. Listen, I look forward you. I look forward. I'm laughing at Yerok. I'm like, yo, the game is over. Yo, the study flipped the book. Yo, whatever Dr. Zahi Hawass said, delete it.
Backwards.
Yo, oh shoot,
Wow.
oh man, I got my big brother over here, the God King Dorel. I mean, his library. The ultimate student of the greats. His library is super incredible. I mean, he does what the greats do. He can't walk by a goddamn bookstore without loading his bags, right? And he helped me. The God King Darrell. He helped me with Christopher Everett work. That's why I was able to bring it to you before anybody else was able to bring it to you, because my secret weapon is the God King Dorel. That's my secret weapon right there, right? He'd be like, Reggie, I sent you the book, Reggie. You didn't read it? I sent you the book. You didn't read it? I said, Dorel, I can't read all the books you send me. I can't. Yeah, but I sent it to you. Why you think I sent it to you? Yeah, I know you sent it to me to read it, but Dorel, not everybody reads every Dorel. Dorel can read like how can I say 10 books a month, right? I mean, read it from cover to cover. I'm like, my eyes is bad. Like, I'm 60 years old. I mean, I skim, but I do better than skimming, right? Just like tonight, to bring you this, I had to I had to skim. Family. Dr. Hazahi Hawass, his buddies like Chief X and the rest of them. What's those crazies? What's this crazy dude? I forgot his name. That come on all the time. What's his? I forgot what his job is. Uh, uh, anyway, he gives us a lot of trouble. Modern day Egyptians absorb these populations. They are not, and they absorb the populations of the ancient Egyptians. They're not the epicenter, they're not related. If I read it wrong, tell me I read it wrong.
You read it right, brother Reggie. That's
So
what he said. It went the other
for
way
the
around.
rest, so let's go back to it. Let me just go back to it. Let me just see where it is. There it goes. And let me get out of this and go back to the original document and find that thing again. So let's see if I can click back here. So they call them, what did they call them? The new Egyptians, what did they call them? Oh, they call them present day.
The later Egyptians. The later
He
Egyptians.
next tested how present day Egyptians' ancestry could be traced to the Bronze Age populations and living in North Africa. Do y'all see that? Let me blow this shit up for you. This study says present day Egyptian ancestry could be traced to the Bronze Age populations living in North Africa, right? Including the Nuerat individual, West Asia, Europe, and Sub-Saharan Africa using the Q. So they're absorbing the present day population is not the center. They are the admixture. They absorbed it. Thus, if tracing the ancestry of many present-day Egyptians in our study to the Bronze Age, much of it would be found in groups related to Nuerat, or alternatively sources best represented by Middle Neolithic Morocco, from which approximately 80% of the Nuerat ancestry derives. Hawass, you're not the ancient Egyptians. Hawass, you absorbed it. Hawass, you absorbed it. You tried to flip the script to say that you were them. You absorbed it. It says our model shows a more recent arrival of East and West African ancestries in present day Egyptians. We gave you soul. Who's coming in? Who's coming in? Somebody's coming in. Let me see. Yeah, tall guy Heru. You okay, Ankh the God Killer. Ankh.
I'm right here. I'm right here. What's fee 5 4 fun?
I'm gonna go listen to it.
All right. Fee 5 4 fun. Y'all misreading scientific articles.
No, Ankh. I hate when you say that and you say that to me.
4 fun.
I hate.
Y'all
First of all,
go back to the dark skin. Go back there. Go
Okay.
back. I'm gonna ask you a question about the skin. Let me see if you honest. You've been the only honest person here lately. Let me see.
and I'm okay. It says,
I go back to the dark skin. It says y'all are fixated with dark skin.
no, you are.
No, what? Y'all black skin Egyptians, y'all.
No.
I'm not
Okay,
a fixated.
I'm here.
Come on,
I'm here.
come on,
I'm
Reggie.
here. I'm
So
here.
what
Ankh.
are you saying? What are you saying it's the
Simulate,
same?
God.
What are you saying it's the same? What are you trying to say here?
Okay, so let me read it.
Yeah, what is it saying? You know I already read it.
Although acknowledging known limitations in predicting phenotypical traits in understudied populations, the Nuwe rat individual is predicted to have brown eyes, brown hair, and skin pigmentation ranging from dark to black skin,
Stop right
with
there.
a lower probability
Stop right there.
of intermediate skin colors. Now I stop.
Stop right there. So is that out of the range of what they said at the Cairo Symposium and what Egyptology says today? Yes or no? Or does this just confirm what they're saying? I'm asking you a question, brother. Seriously. No, all jokes
Okay.
aside.
All jokes aside,
Are
is
they
that
confirming what Hawal said? Listen to me. Are they
no,
confirming what Egyptology says today?
no,
Okay, Reggie. See, now you're being dishonest.
no,
So
because
hold on. Go ahead.
no,
Go ahead.
no, Unc.
No, go ahead. I'm saying
No,
since you
wait,
say
hold
go
on.
ahead, Reg. Go ahead, Reg.
Unc, show me. You got all the controls. You show me where it says dark to black skin.
No, they say the Egyptians range skin color from dark to light, yo.
No,
That's
this says the
no,
skin,
not here, not here. They
skin.
say
But I'm saying that
what?
this is the more updated,
Right.
so that
That's the verification there. That's
this
that's the
it's
updated.
saying it better.
I know. Okay, bro, because it's using genetics and all that. It's
Right,
but
saying it.
it's confirmation on what
No, it's
Egyptologists
saying
already.
it. It's updating it.
No, bro, it
See,
ain't updating nothing, man.
yes, it's updating it because it's doing it with genomes. Before it was it's guessing.
No,
Now
bro,
they saying
it's
that.
what they. I agree with you, Reggie.
Okay,
But
thank
I'm
you.
saying they're reaching now. This is more solid though, Reggie. I'm with you, yo. But you don't act like that's what they've been saying though. Yo.
Everybody knows I
No,
like
everybody
talking to
what?
you.
I know. Am I wrong though? If I'm wrong, say you wrong, nigga, and I can take it. but I've been saying it. You've been saying it. Now they saying in the journal Science, nigga. That's the win. I've been said we won, but y'all keep playing with me. I've been said it. Now they come up with the article since we was on the skin color. This shit range. Hawal said it. He say niggas
Oh,
in
how
the
does it
south, they
range?
dark skinned, but they not niggas. It do range. Yo, that's one mummy. Yo, that's one guy. Come on.
You're
Yo.
right.
Yeah, we not.
Well, guess what? We got it, and Hawass ain't got it,
The
and
Hawal
the
got it.
Mediterranean
Hawal
people
said
ain't
it.
got it. Huh?
No, yo, Hawal said it.
Hawass.
He said in lower, he said in upper Egypt, yo. He
Okay,
said they
I'll
dark.
tell you what.
Did he say that? No, did he say that? Or am I making this up?
No. He says
Say it? Did he
he's
say it?
wait. Hawass is a racist.
No, okay, but did the racists say it though?
The
Hey,
racists can't mention the word black. Black
He
is
did.
sub-Saharan.
He did. He said they dark skinned.
Yeah, he can't mention black.
That's fine. That ain't because he racist, because he understand.
Well,
Well, y'all don't. He understand more than y'all see to
see,
understand.
I can agree. I have always agreed with
All right.
you. I have always agreed with. So here's the funny thing is, I can agree with some of the basis of what you're saying, right? But you play too much.
I'm not playing. Y'all playing.
You play too much because guess what? This study says that the modern Egyptians, the present day Egyptians, ain't the Egyptians. They say they absorbed. They call them the late. They
That's what
call
it
them
says,
the late
Reggie.
Egyptians.
The what? Man, come on.
That's
man.
what it says,
y'all-
Reggie.
Man, answer my
That's what it
question,
says
man.
there, bro. That's what it says. That's
It say
definitely what
what?
it says.
What? Say what?
It calls them present day
It
Egyptians.
definitely said, it says the modern Egyptians absorbed blackness, which means they were not black. They absorbed some blackness
what?
when they
You
came
said
there.
what?
It said
What
they
do you-
absorbed blackness.
No.
It said they
what
absorbed
y'all
blackness when they came.
No, what are you
They were
talking
not
about
black.
now? No, what are y'all talking about now?
What the
y'all
study
talking
said. It said they absorbed blackness.
Where,
They were not
where,
black.
yo? Where?
He
What
just
you talking
read it for you about 5 times almost.
Where? What?
just
Reggie?
read
You
it for
talking
you.
about Reggie?
Reggie
Yeah,
just read
I'm
that
a-
Oh,
5
y'all
times.
changed y'all stance now? Where y'all
Yeah,
at?
I'm
Nah,
get to it, huh?
no, he read that. He read that. He just read
No,
it.
read the part I said read.
he's gonna
That-
show
that's
you.
not
Y'all,
funny.
my family, y'all are something else. Y'all got Ankh right here, and y'all got the study right
He
here.
read,
And this is the
he
day.
read it.
Yo, he jumping off the
That
train,
is what
Reggie,
he
not
read.
me.
Okay,
said
you know
you-
what? I'm trying.
Nah, Reggie
I'm
read
trying to
that.
say
He
is,
read that. And
He
Hawass
said they
does
said
not.
they absorb black public. What are we talking about?
yeah, you keep talking.
Yes.
You
They said
keep
the modern
talking.
Egyptians absorbed sub-Saharan
That ain't what they
and
said,
West
man. He
African
just read. Okay.
genome. They were not. That's exactly what
Yeah,
it
that's
said.
later
That's exactly
on.
what
Yo,
it said.
that's later.
And that's
That's
not what
Come
wrong.
Hawass
in,
says.
family. Here's the link. Come on, we got
Right,
Ankh
which means they
right
were
here,
not
y'all.
black. They
It
were
gets
not black.
confusing,
You
Reggie.
can't.
We got Ankh. Wait, hold
I
on.
don't
You
understand.
can't
Y'all
absorb.
confusing me.
You
Y'all.
can't absorb
no.
blackness if you're black, huh?
No,
You
we
can't
got Ankh
absorb
right
blackness
here,
if you're
y'all.
black, huh?
I don't understand.
You can't
I
absorb
know
blackness
you
if
don't
you're black.
understand. So let's.
West Africans can't become more West African. That's what it was saying. They became. Zahir Watts doesn't say that. He's a racist. He's trying to say
What? I
he's
don't know
pushing
what
this
you're talking
racist
about, man.
foolishness. He's pushing racist foolishness.
I don't know.
He's trying to say
I don't
they
know
are
what
the
you're talking
people. And according to this
They
man
is, man.
doesn't
They
look
is.
nothing like
They
he looks
is,
nothing
man.
like Zahir Hawass.
They don't
He looks
gotta
nothing
look
like
crazy.
Zahir Hawass, brother.
Come on.
He
bro.
looks
You
nothing
gotta
like
stop.
Zahir Hawass.
You know you
Zahir
gotta
Hawass
stop
is
that,
not
bro.
dark skinned
So
with a
you
big
saying?
nose and brown hair.
Hold on, yo.
He
So you
looks
saying?
nothing like that.
Hold on. So you saying that every Egyptian gotta be dark? So man, you going outside the parameters, yo?
No, what I
Yeah,
said
bro. So you
was
said,
it
hold on,
said
let me get this
that
right.
this
You
individual
saying
that this
every
individual
no,
is an
no.
ancient. This individual is an ancient Kemite. The modern Egyptians were not black. That's what it said. Simple
Reggie,
as
you
that.
going
We're
with
not,
that,
we're not
Reggie?
arguing
No,
who
what are
was
you
black
saying
and who
Reggie
wasn't black
read?
and the
Come on,
black
y'all
is
don't
black.
do
We're
this.
not arguing that.
No, what are you saying that Reggie read 100 times? What
It
was it
said
Reggie
the
said?
modern Egyptians
Huh?
absorbed Congo, West African
I know, but
genetics.
that's not what Reggie just read to me.
That's
Yo,
what
he
it
was talking about
said.
the
It didn't
ancient
say they were
mummy that was
already black.
dark skinned, nigga.
That's exactly what he just read.
And he did not. He said the ancient Egyptian
No,
was
it
dark
said
skinned.
dark.
No,
It said that this mummy
the mummy.
ranged from dark to darker.
Right.
That's what it said. It ranged from he was dark
I know what that got
to
to do with the
darker.
modern people, though.
There was no in between.
Hey,
No,
that
that
ain't
one guy.
The modern people were
No, I'm
not
saying
black.
about no. Why you
They
saying that?
became black.
Oh, yo, why
That's
you
what
doing
that's
this
what he
right?
just said. He said they became black. They were
Hey,
not
Reggie,
black.
that's what you're doing, Reggie. This how
He
you
said they
conduct
became
the
black.
show.
They were
Yo,
not
you
black.
didn't incoherency just overrun the thing.
No, he might. No.
That's what he
What
read.
is it? He didn't read that?
That's what he read. I don't know if you know that.
No, right
He
here it
did
say
read
our
that.
model shows
That's exactly what he read.
a
I heard him
more.
and I saw it.
Don't move it, Reggie. Why you just move that, yo?
No, because I'm gonna move it to the beginning. So why
No,
don't
can
you
you just go right there?
why don't you read it? Why don't you read it? So once you read it,
Move up.
you can tell us what it means.
Move up. I want to see. Move up. Not up the other way. I want to
peace,
see.
brother
No,
Reggie.
the
Can you hear me?
other way.
You mean down? Move
Yes,
down?
down.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Down. Okay.
down.
Why can't we start where the paragraph begins?
Cause that ain't what you just read when I first came on the show. You gotta
Yeah,
start.
here it goes right here. This is what I read, and I read down. Right?
Nah, that ain't where you read that.
Yeah,
Where
this
he
is
was
what I
black.
read.
It is not.
It is. Everybody knows this is what I read.
All right, go ahead. Where is that? I don't
Okay,
see it.
right here. We next tested how
Mhm.
present day
Oh,
Egyptian
okay.
ancestry
Mhm.
could be traced to the Bronze Age populations living
Uh-huh.
in North Africa,
Uh-huh.
including the Nuerite individual,
Uh-huh.
West Asia, Europe, and Sub-Saharan Africa using
Okay.
QPADM. Despite substantial heterogeneity, most present-day Egyptian genomes can be modeled as deriving their ancestry from 5 sources. This would makes up the modern Egyptians.
Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
Nuerite, Middle Neolithic Morocco,
Yeah.
Bronze Age Levant, the 4,500-year-old individual from Ethiopia, and
Malta.
approximately 230-year-old individual from the Congo,
And you saying,
right?
all right, let's stop.
Uh,
Now, no. Let's get some understanding. You saying that's saying what though?
I know what it says. I'm
Yeah,
questioning whether
hold on.
you
We next no, that's not the one you read with the black skin though.
no,
I'm,
I'm past the black skin.
no, that's what
Now
this
I'm
man.
saying that the present day Egyptian
Okay,
ancestors.
next we tested how present day Egyptian ancestry could trace to the Bronze Age population living in North Africa, including I can't even say that new. How you say that word?
Nuerat.
Nuerat individual. Okay, so including the Nuerat individual, Western Asia, Europe, and Sub-Saharan Africa, using whatever that is, the QPADM. It say despite substantial heterogeneity, most present-day Egyptian genomes can be modeled as deriving their ancestry from 5 sources. That's modern day. Okay, Nuerat, they say 32.1 to 74.7. Middle Neolithic, 28.8. 27. It's a Bronze Age Levant, 11.6. 5 point. It's a the 4,500-year-old individual from Ethiopia, Malta, right? 7.4, and two approximately 230-year-old individuals from the Congo, 4.8, 5.52. It's a and supplementary table. We should read that. Thus, if tracing the ancestry from many present-day Egyptians in our study to the Bronze Age, much of it would be found in the group related to Netherat, or what's this? Alternatively, two sources best represented by Middle Neolithic Morocco. Yeah, because that's in the area with the Green Sahara, Morocco. Yeah, from which approximately 80% of Nuer ancestry derived. That's dope. It say the second most common ancestry component related to that thing on there. You gotta take the I can't see it. You got the thing up there. You showing
Oh, sorry.
the second most common ancestry component is related to the Bronze Age Levant, consistent with the ancestry detected in the third intermediate period individual. Bronze Age Caucasus ancestry is present in a fraction of the present day Egyptians, but is similar to the Bronze Age Levant ancestry. Our models show more recent arrival of East and West African ancestry in present day Egyptians, which has also been previously suggested the date of 27 genomes ago using links. I can't even just Calibrium. I can't say it because the thing, the fair use thing is going across that. So what y'all disagreeing with that? Y'all was just cheering with the black for a minute.
No. What does it mean?
What did you just read, Ankh? What did you
It's
just
it's
read,
it's,
though? That's my
it's just
question.
letting you know that
Explain what you
modern
just
day
read.
Egyptians, right? That that they link back and they named all the shit they link back to. What was wrong
Huh?
with that?
Yes,
Huh?
but it also said
Wait.
that those were recent.
Peace,
Those were
peace. Can y'all
recent
hear me?
admixtures to them. The
Huh?
word recent is in there.
Yeah, it
They
said
were
it
Hey,
recent.
brother
recent
Reggie, can you hear me?
ancestry, not ancient.
Yes, I can.
Trying to cut us off,
Hey,
yo.
peace, brother Reggie. This your rock right
Recent
here.
means not ancient.
Uh-huh. What?
Wait, I have another
That's what it
guest.
means, huh?
Another guest.
Recent means
Wait. Stall a
re-
minute.
okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, somebody else want to speak who didn't speak. Go ahead.
Peace, brother. This is your rock right here from the chat.
Yes, sir.
I just want to tell you are being disingenuous right now.
Well, I don't like the way
You
you
told us
y'all jumped in the middle of that.
you told us that they was light to dark. Now we
Yeah.
got a paper saying dark to black. That's a big difference from light to dark.
Okay,
That
man.
paper say
Hey,
a
Reggie, why
very
you let that man
little
come in here
chance
and go around
of
like
being
that?
light.
Why did that man do that?
Cause you trying to change
Bro,
what
are
you
you
just
serious?
said.
Are you serious right now, yo? Or are you playing with me? Say
I
I'm playing with
am.
you. Say you
I'm
playing.
serious.
Say,
I'm
hold on,
serious.
yo. I want you to know that the statement you just read is separate from the statement I've been saying. They're just confirming the dark portion of the population that I talked about, brother. They're not saying that the Egyptians range from nothing in this particular paper. They saying that particular individual ranged from goddamn dark to black in color. That's all
You
they
said
say.
they don't say black in scientific papers.
No, man, they not. Nah, that's not. Come on, bro. Now you totally incoherent now. Now you
So,
tripping.
so
Talking
you
about
didn't say
black
that?
skin. They talking about black skin, bro.
You
Meaning they
said
trying
they
to
don't
say
do that. You
I
said
didn't
that's a
say
racialized
I
term.
never said that. I said the
You
racialized.
said black is a racialized term. That's what you said.
Can you help him out, Reggie? Because I can't do it, bro. I get frustrated and mess up the show. Help him out. Come on, Reg. Explain it to him, yo.
I'm saying
He's
that this
saying black skin,
individual.
yo. He's not saying black people right there, bro.
Wait, wait.
Black people
That's
say
all we've ever been
no,
talking
that's
about
a
is black
damn lie.
skin.
That's a damn lie. Y'all, I wouldn't argue with you over no dark and black skin because I already
Every
know you
time
got
Smash put the source up, it say a
no,
physical
so
description.
now
It
you
don't
from
say a
Smash,
black person.
now you from Smash Incoherent class. So let me get you straight. So you can take this back over to that incoherent individual. Listen, bro, this man said the Egyptians called themselves black. Not black,
Peppy Aunt
not
Kim.
black skin color, bro. Black
Peppy
period.
Aunt
And they
Kim.
said they never did that. You don't know what you're talking
Peppy
about.
Aunt Kim.
You
Dr.
don't know.
Maggie Bryson
So
agreed with him.
And I'm saying that's a lie. That's an
Dr.
incoherent.
Maggie Bryson agreed
That is
with him. You paid her,
incoherent.
right?
Okay, Reggie, let me share my screen. I'm tired of this incoherent shit. This is what we're not gonna do with the person
you're
I talked
crazy.
to first. Cut off the damn
Y'all
video. Cut off the
crazy.
video. How about that? The
Wait,
incoherent.
Y'all
wait.
crazy.
Bro,
Here's
you
the
paid the
problem.
lady, and
Yo,
she said they call
okay,
themselves black
so yo, what is wrong
frequently.
with you, bro? I ain't paid one white person ain't charging me to come on. Who lied to you about that? It's the black people that charge me. So who lied to you about that, bro? Who told you that I paid them white people? Ain't nobody paying them white people. Free. Smash ain't paid a white man. It was free. Tell the truth, bro, in these conversations. Come on, bro. I'ma always get you. I ain't paid that
You
man.
ain't getting me.
Yeah, yo,
You
you
ain't
bro,
getting me with no information.
I did get you. You incoherent, bro. Slow down.
Nah.
Would you like to hear what the lady said? Do you want to
I
hear
heard what she said. She
you
said
heard
she said people call themselves black frequently. That's what she said.
all right, man. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. All right.
Go ahead, play it.
No, I'm gonna show you the words. The hell with that shit. Y'all playing.
Wait. Hold on. Before we go, in science,
Don't play with me like that,
in
bro.
science, in science, there is such a thing in skin pigmentation as black skin.
Right. What that got to do with it? We never was arguing that.
No,
Just
no,
good ass
because
dark
we
skin.
got to make sure going forward
No,
that
bro, I
people
never said that,
say
Reggie. Why would you do that? Why would you
Man,
going
do
you
that?
to
said
black
black was a
Reggie, why
racialized
would you do
term,
that?
and
Why
it's
would you do
not
that,
real.
Reg? Reg, why would you do that, Reggie?
what am
Is
I
you wrong?
doing?
I'm saying you about to sever the friendship on one statement, bro.
Okay, now,
Yeah, I'm putting it there. So you saying, Reggie, I don't know the difference between a person with black skin and calling a person a black person? Is that what you're trying
I'm
to tell
not
me?
saying that.
But why this
You
nigga
have it for the past
I
2 years.
didn't say that.
saying that? So why did you
Hold
tell
on,
that
I
man?
didn't say that.
So why don't you tell that man he wrong then, Reggie? And we can move forward.
You
Hold
have
on.
it for the
I'm not
past
playing
two
with you.
years.
You
Tell that
can't
man I
say
ain't never
you
said that.
can't. You wait. You can't ever say that you're wrong.
But
Now
I'm not Reggie. Hold Reggie. I'm wrong on a lot of things, but nigga, I ain't never said what he said. I'm saying I've never said that.
I'm not saying.
So
I'm
why
just
you letting them get that
talking.
off?
This is this is agreement that I want. In the future, when we talk about science, there's
I ain't
such
never
a thing
said they
of
ain't use the word black in science. I said they don't use a racialized term. That's what I said.
well, that's fine. But
And I
can
was
we
very
say?
clear on that. So I'm
Can
trying to figure out why now
no?
today
I'm
I'm not
talking
clear.
simply about this.
No,
This has
nigga,
nothing
I
to
ain't
do
never
with
say they ain't
severing
use
our
the word
friendship.
black. I have
In
never said
science, you
that's
can
a
have
fucking
skin
lie.
pigmentation ranging from dark to black skin.
Okay, what that got to do with me?
Nothing.
Okay, so
I can tell them why.
so why is this man saying this, yo?
I can tell you why.
What is wrong with this man?
I can tell you why if you want to know.
I don't want to talk to you. I can't even see your face, so I definitely want to talk to a person's face I can't see. Because you crazy. First of all, you got me paying for shit. The only person in charge was black people, so you don't know what you're talking about. The white people was free, nigga. Get that lie straight first. Second lie, when the lady said Peppy, she talked about the Viking king. It was also Carl Black.
Okay,
so you trying to say
I
a
apologize
Viking
for
king
that.
is
If you
going to be
didn't think
black
it's okay.
now?
So the lady did. So the lady didn't say they called themselves Kim frequently. She didn't say that.
Nigga, she ain't said it like nigga. Nigga, he cropped this shit on your crazy ass.
Maybe no.
We watched the whole interview.
Hold on, maybe Bryson didn't say that. Maybe one of the other. I'm just saying.
No, Maggie
Bryson
Bryson said
wasn't the one that said that. I'm just saying.
I don't
He
need
had
you to
several
say
essays.
it for
Maybe
me.
she
I
didn't say
know
that.
who said it. No, she said it. I know who said it.
I'm just apologize.
You don't know what you're talking about.
All right. If I'm wrong, I apologize. If I'm wrong, I apologize.
So you
Because I
said
didn't
she
watch
did
the
not
interview
say
and I didn't see her.
that they called themselves Kim
No.
frequently.
I'm saying
I didn't say that.
you got
That's not what
by a
I said,
Baptist preacher, yo. A Baptist preacher will cut off a
I'm not
scripture,
saying
yo,
that.
and make it seem like something. I'm saying she didn't say that. Now,
Can,
I'm saying
can
you
I
should
ask?
listen to the whole statement,
but-
which I will play.
Can
Don't
I
play
ask you one more question? No,
No,
But
bro,
hold-
because you're
but-
not playing fair, yo.
nah. Look, I just want to ask one question.
But hold on, Yuri.
Why would you say black?
But hold on, Yuri.
Go ahead.
Hold on, Yuri.
And this
Go
nigga
ahead.
got a whole problem for the idiots, yo. This is crazy.
But hold on,
yo.
Yuri.
I ain't never
Hold
seen
on. What
nothing
I'm
like
saying
that,
is, what I'm saying to you, Yurik, is you
Never
might have
seen
heard
nothing like
another
that, yo.
scholar make that comment on the platform. It might not
No,
have been
I did. I know what I'm talking about. So I don't need
So
to.
that's what I'm saying. 'Cause some of
I
them
know what
did.
I'm talking about, bro.
All right. Okay. I'm just saying. If I'm wrong, I apologize. If I'm wrong, I apologize.
Yo, but you
But
gotta ask yourself,
because I remember hearing another scholar say
yo,
that.
but why wouldn't I? Me.
I remember hearing another scholar say that on his
No,
platform.
he got the listen. Are y'all serious right now, yo? One thing I know
That's what
about
I'm
me,
saying.
yo, I play it straightforward, yo. Y'all niggas ain't never caught me lying, except when a wild nigga just saying lying just to say it. And then I play the shit back and realize the nigga was scamming. I ain't heard y'all say nothing about how they misconstrued character shit. I ain't heard none of y'all say nothing about how he misread them fucking sources that I replayed.
He did. You did.
We don't.
Man, get out of here, bro. Yo, get out of here with that. Reggie
That's
said,
a fact. You did.
But
Hey, you still play the video
with all due respect. But hold on.
Stupid ass shit.
With all
right
due
here,
respect,
I can't
with
talk to niggas when
all
they
due
got
respect,
nonsense.
we have a right. We have a right to our opinion to say that we don't agree with what you said. Nobody called you a liar.
No, y'all,
But
no, hold on.
we can
You do got a
disagree
right
with
to
the
say you don't.
interpretation.
Hold on.
I didn't call you a liar.
I agree.
Right.
No, listen. You have a right to
Nobody's
say
calling you a liar.
that I don't agree
Nobody here called you a
with
liar.
what
So
that person said.
called you a liar.
But hold on, what you don't have a right to
That's not what I'm
do
saying.
is to tell me that the lady in that fucking book, the demarcation, I know what the fuck demarcation mean. Demarcation don't mean
We're not
definition.
arguing with
Demarcation,
you. We're not
that's what I'm
arguing
talking
with
about.
you. I'm just saying, I think that you misconstrued what Smash said. He was making a separate comment. That is what I said. I know what demarcation means, just like you do.
What?
But he was not referring to he was not referring to demarcation. He was referring to
the
definition.
nigga said no. This is what he said that was clear. What he said was that particular article, that book, that chapter was talking about how they can't use the same definition of the word. You heard him say it. And I'm saying that's not what that chapter was written on. The chapter was talking about the movement of the Kemet, the demarcation of it. How instead of applying it to the whole of Egypt, it just refers to the black areas, bro. Right. This nigga didn't know that. He messed it up. It's okay. No, that's why I replayed the video.
She also
she didn't say nothing about the definition
hold on,
changing, bro.
Hold on. Before you do that, she also mentioned that there's a geographic idea behind the word Kemet, not just the land. She gave an example of two texts that you might not be familiar with. That is why Smash would have said that. We went over the text on his
Listen,
platform,
bro.
so we know the text, so we
Listen,
know what
bro.
she's referring about.
Listen, bro. You're incoherent. I don't feel like doing it no
Well,
more.
so be it.
Go sit down
So
by
be it.
yourself
So
with
be it.
nobody. Don't have.
But I read the
You don't
text.
have
I know what she's talking
read the
about.
shit by you didn't read
I
the
read the
text.
text. I read the text
You couldn't
already.
have. They
The
was
text that
talking
she
about one
referred to,
person consider.
the text that she referred to, I read the text. I'm
I'm not
familiar
doing
with the
shit.
text that she
Man,
that
y'all,
that
you
she
know what,
referenced.
y'all gotta,
I
you know
know
what?
the
I
text.
think
We read the
ignorance.
text.
No, you don't. So what the text is saying, bro?
She was talking about the eloquent peasant, him saying he was going down to
What
Kemet,
about
and
it?
she mentioned, I forgot the other text.
So,
I can't remember the
so
other
going
text.
down to Kemet where? Going down to the black, right?
She was explaining that the whole
What?
land could not have been Kemet if he was referring to going down to Kemet. And she
Right.
mentioned, I can't remember the other text
Uh-huh.
that she mentioned. You're helping me
Going
out because I
down to
can't remember
Kemet,
the other
not
text she
correct?
mentioned.
Going down to the black area. Am I
Yes.
correct? Not the black people area, but the black area where the black story was, correct?
No, she said
What?
she mentioned something about black soil. Yes. But then
Okay,
but
that's
then
all
later on
she
she talked
talking
about
about, yo. Nothing
no.
else. No, bro.
She mentioned geography and demarcation
Right.
because she was talking about
Okay.
she was talking about a fight that they had with the Asiatics and how they saw Kemet as far as politically speaking. So she mentioned that too. She didn't just say the black land
Correct.
and
Yo,
soil.
meaning right. I
She
know
mentioned
politically
politics as
what?
well.
The political meaning the
That
boundaries
Kemet
of
was
meaning
that right,
how one group
right.
how
No,
one group
no, that's not what it
politically could
meant
say
on.
this was the Kim. Well, so what they mean by
Right.
politically then, yo?
No.
Explain it then, yo.
What she's
Explain it.
saying is what
Explain
she's
it.
saying is any area that they had control of at the time was considered Kemet. Once they lost control, it
Okay.
was not considered Kemet.
Okay,
It
that's
wasn't just
fine. But
about the
what
black soil.
okay, but
So
it
she was
has nothing to
giving
do with the
other
change.
perspectives.
So
She was
why you
right,
doing that,
but
bro?
she was
Why you
giving a
doing that though? Why
she
you
was
doing
giving
that,
a
bro?
layered perspective.
Why
Okay,
you
I'm
doing
sorry.
that though,
Go ahead,
bro?
finish. Then
Yeah,
I
why you
apologize. Go
doing
ahead.
that? So I
Go ahead.
I I I understand your explanation on it, but that still doesn't explain why Smash in front of everybody, the video got about 10,000 views now, actually misinterpreted what the lady was saying, bro. She never at no point was saying that the definition of kinship changed. She never said that, and that's what that man said. He was saying it was now in question, bro, that this new book is putting into question the definition of kin. And we all know what the hell he means. He's saying that the possibility of it meaning something else beside the black land and black soil was there. And that's not what she was talking about in that article. How do I know? Because I talked to the damn ladies.
Okay.
Right. That's all I'm talking about right now, yo.
She
Nothing else.
mentioned
Hey,
okay. She
can you set up a
mentioned
conversation with me?
Of
she
course, right?
mentioned oh sorry, Reggie.
No, I would love to
All right.
talk to her.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would love if you could set up a conversation
Which lady?
with Camilla, with Camilla, Camilla. The other lady, I don't really know what the conversation is, but the Camilla, uh, Dyson, Dr. Dyson.
Boy, I tell you.
But what I want, what I'm saying is, I just want some type of agreement, at least from the art, that black skin is a term that can be used in science.
I mean, but who said it couldn't be though?
No,
Why
I
you
didn't
bring
say.
up something like that?
Wait.
Why would you bring that up? Now you angling.
Wait.
You throwing an angle, nigga. I can smell it. I seen the punch coming. What's the angle for that? Why would you even mention that?
The angle is that
why would you mention that?
Because there are
the
lots of people in the conscious community, like Law Abba, that says black skin is not scientific.
What?
Man, Ankh say that too, Reggie. Ankh says it too.
Tell that man I ain't say that, yo.
You say it. You say that people. You say people don't say black. Period.
Tell that man I ain't say
Now
that.
all of a sudden you can say black skin. Come on, bro. You. That's fake, bro.
You silly, bro.
That's fake, bro.
I don't even appreciate you.
I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
That's fake.
Because you fake as a motherfucker, yo. That's what you
Nah, that's fake. All of a sudden, you can say black skin all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's a fake dude, yo.
Come on, bro. Come on,
He's
bro.
a fake dude.
That's fake.
All right, Reggie, I see how you
You've
playing.
been fighting us for
I got
2 years about saying the word black.
I got
But
you.
now
I
you can
got
say
you.
black skin. Come on.
Got you, Reggie. All right. I got to put you in the rest of it
Well,
now.
Reggie got to let people on to just kiss your ass or something?
Yeah, nigga, kiss my ass, nigga. Yeah.
Wait. The other point that I want.
Nah. I see what you. Nah, I don't appreciate you. I'm getting off this motherfucker, yo, because I'm getting mad now. Because you playing games.
Wait.
Nah, I don't play with your name, nigga, and I ain't
No,
leaving
man.
your motherfucking name. Now,
Hey,
You playing with your name. Everybody
you
calling
playing
you
with my
folks.
name. You
Nobody
playing with my
playing with
name,
your
nigga.
name.
I'm saying you playing, and Reggie playing with my name. So
I'm
now
not
I'm
playing
playing
with
with
your
your
name.
name.
I ain't
Reggie be
mentioned you.
playing.
Nah, Reggie, you in that list.
Nah, that's that hostile escape.
Nah, that ain't. Oh,
We'll
yeah,
see. Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll holler.
Yeah, I'm a
Go
skip.
ahead. Bye.
Oh,
Yeah, you playing with my
See
name, Reggie. I don't play with your
Bye.
name, bro. No. I don't play with your name, nigga. Now you playing with my fucking name now.
wait, Ankh.
No,
Wait, hold on, Ankh. No. See,
no.
I always be a nice person.
No, but you
Now,
playing with my
but my
name now,
point
though.
is,
But
watch
you
this.
playing with my name now. Now it's open
Wait. Tell
season.
me how am I playing with your name?
Because you got a
No,
motherfucker.
stop.
You did
Just
a
tell
wild
me.
ass. I'm telling you now. You got a wild ass coon from the moon came to earth too soon. You get on this
Now I'm a coon, nigga. I'm a coon.
nigga, I
That's what
said,
I is.
nigga, you a
But you
coon
don't believe in black
from
people.
the
But
earth too
I'm a
soon,
coon.
nigga. Listen,
I'm a coon.
and your country
You
bungle.
went from African to black. There ain't no black, but I'm a coon.
And
Yeah,
your
I hear you.
yeah, go
I hear you.
try reading something.
I hear you.
So you let
I
this
hear
man
you.
come on here, Reggie, right? You throw the angle in
No,
there where they
I
gonna
am
use
running a
I
oh,
came
show.
over here and held you to the words that you said.
I'm giving everybody a chance. I'm giving everybody a chance to have a conversation.
I asked you a question. So if somebody, if a nigga say that you say that the motherfucking Egyptian got a blackfoot disease, nigga, and I know you didn't say it, nigga, I'm gonna say no, Reggie, don't say that.
Okay, here's the thing is.
I'm like, no,
Wait, Ankh, stop.
You don't say that. If I don't say it, I'm playing with your name.
Wait, stop. To my
No,
audience.
don't do that, bro. You get
Wait,
me
to my audience.
Don't get me on fake shit. No,
To
get me
my
on fake
audience.
shit, nigga. I make plenty of mistakes, nigga.
Wait, watch
Get me
this.
on
To
my
my
mistakes.
audience. I have learned a lot from Ankh.
Nah, you still playing with my name, nigga.
Now, I can't. No, I'm not playing. You haven't told me how am I playing with your name. You're talking about other people.
I said you let this buffoon.
No, you're talking about other people. I'm not doing it.
This dude came. I say, Reggie, can you tell that man I ain't say that? That I said the racialized term. Do you know what the fuck I'm talking about? That ain't got nothing to do with black skin or dark skin. Black skin and dark skin is the same shit.
Wait. You say okay. Wait. You say that, but in this particular context, I'm looking at what the article is saying. So I'm not saying what you're saying or anything. I'm saying what the article is saying. But you know, this is sometimes a little entertainment. So I may go off the path.
I don't play with your name on entertainment purposes to get some.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Y'all be disrespecting the hell out of Reggie, man. Stop this crap.
Nigga,
acting like you holier than thou, man. Stop that shit, man.
Like, hey, Reggie, get this shit off.
Every time Reggie on y'all, so y'all be talking shit about him.
Nigga, I don't talk shit about Reggie. I say what it is.
Man, your panel does. Like nigga, I'm doing to you, nigga.
It is, nigga.
Your panel does.
Incoherent is what I'm saying. And I'm saying you're a fucking buffoon, nigga. Now what?
I'll be all that and correct.
Right, nigga. I'm gonna find this video, nigga. Since that's how you is. You playing with the wrong nigga. You tripping. Got me fucked up.
I hear you.
Tripping. Yeah, you don't hear me. You gonna tell
me
I do. Smash told you I paid motherfucker, so now you believe the shit.
When did I say Smash told me anything?
Nigga, that's the nigga who said it. What you mean, nigga? You watch that nigga, you under that nigga tutelage. You saying what that nigga say like a mockingbird. You ain't thinking. You ain't say, well, did you pay motherfuckers? I'd have told you the truth, nigga. You ain't never known me do nothing but that.
Did you pay Richard Carey?
That nigga say.
Did you pay Richard Carey?
Yeah, nigga, Richard Carey is $300 online. You got to pay the nigga.
So you're paying white people. So you're paying white people, nigga. But you said you did.
Nigga, I did not. I thought.
So if you paid one, it's safe to assume you paid up. I don't need Smash to. If you paid one, I don't need Smash to assume you paid up. I may be wrong.
Stupid nigga.
Cool.
You're wrong, nigga.
Cool. I don't have a problem being wrong. Huh?
Hold on, bro.
I'm not like you. I don't gotta twist it into something else.
That's how we
I'm
got
just wrong.
You just twisted it. No, you just twisted it. Smash was talking about the Egyptologists that he act like we went and got against him. First of all, the nigga ain't nobody to get nobody on. He's not a professional nor expert.
So why was you playing his videos to him?
Let me finish my point. So that'd be fucking.
Why'd you play his videos to him if he ain't nobody? And she was sitting there agreeing with the shit.
Nigga, you don't even know what I'm talking about. Let me finish my point. I played the videos because that's the nigga that said that shit out of his mouth. But I didn't get it for him. I got it to address the whole overall community, and that's just the nigga that ran his mouth on it, and the lady beat the shit out of him, and y'all all act like he agreed with him.
Actually, she was agreeing with him like a mother.
So then why he mad at the lady then, nigga? Why would you ever be mad at the person agreeing with you? Why would he be mad at Whitman? Why would he mad at the lady in emailing, nigga? If the lady agreed with you, why the lady had watch this?
So when you play,
hold on, bro. Why
okay,
did the nigga show a fake ass email saying the lady recanted the statement? But I thought the lady agreed with you. So why would you have to recant a statement that you agreed with? It doesn't make sense, bro. It's incoherent. You just can't see.
Can I go now?
We paid them Egyptologists to get. Ain't nobody paid no motherfucking Egyptologists. He tripping.
Okay, that's cool. You didn't pay the Egyptologists. I'll admit it. Okay, that's good enough.
Yo, but I'm saying, nigga, but there's an interview. And I'm saying
okay, that's cool.
Did not agree with that nigga.
Now when you did the interview and you was playing Smash, reading and teaching and shit, was she not like he knows what he's doing? He knows the grammar.
Nigga,
was that not words out of her mouth?
Wiggerman said the same about me, nigga. He said I explained that shit expertly, but I don't.
Did he say you know the grammar? Did he say you know the grammar?
He said he know what I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Did the lady say Smash knows the grammar?
Who said Smash didn't know the grammar? And Wuja know the grammar, and the Star know the grammar, and Sinjetti know the grammar. Nigga, I built the motherfucking Hamara squad. Of course, them niggas know the grammar. What does that have to do with the conversation, bro? What that mean? That don't mean all of a sudden they gonna overturn the field with the grammar. You put the two together. No, you put the two together. That's where your mind is. You can't handle this shit. You think because brother Ankh knows some motherfucking DNA shit that all of a sudden I can overthrow the field. I'm saying, nigga, I can't. Just because I can talk to an expert and have a coherent conversation don't mean I can overthrow the field. That's the shit y'all be thinking. Y'all put that on us, bro. And Smash grabbed that shit and tricked the shit out of y'all niggas. I know the grammar thoughts I can overturn the field.
No, that was just the answer to the one question. You just start rambling off, and I'm letting you talk since you get mad when I talk. Oh,
nah, nigga, I get mad when you come on here lying. Nigga, I ain't never said the Egyptologists don't use the word black. Nigga, the word
man, come on, bro. Why did Smash make a video with 10 PhDs saying the word black?
Nigga, he ain't show you no damn 10 PhDs. First of all, you tripping. You just don't know the difference between a PhD and a motherfucker. He sold a couple pseudos. You tripping. I just ain't feel like
why did he make the video if you didn't say it? Why did he make the video?
Because he's a fucking ass scammer, that's why. I ain't scamming
so
like that.
He didn't make the video because you said people don't say black.
Man, you ain't found no paper, nigga, but a nigga say anything.
Reggie, you just read a paper that say black.
No, we didn't. No, we read a paper using word black, nigga, not black person racialized.
Man, about. You said they don't use the word black.
Let's clear it up right now so that you can understand. Let me take you to first, second, third, fourth grade. When I said they don't use the term black, I was saying, right, as a racialized mode of explaining people. That's what I meant.
So why every time on the screen it says physical description, do you come and say you can't use it as a racialized term? Why do you do that? Hello?
I don't know what you're talking about, yo.
You know what the hell I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When Smash puts on the screen, kill physical description, you say you can't use it because it's racialized. Why do you do that? If it's a physical description.
You lied and you made that up.
Man.
Because I can't possibly mean that if I read to you that the Egyptians range in skin color from dark to light.
Where
So
you
why
read
are
that
you
at?
saying that?
Where you read that at?
Man, you can read that in any on a Wikipedia article.
Because we just read dark to black. We ain't read like the dark.
What? Okay, so
We
you
read dark to black, not light to dark. In fact, it said it's a low probability of being light.
for what? For the whole population for one person, yo.
What? How many people do we got?
One person.
All right, then. So that's what I'm talking about.
So then, all right, then. So why are you playing with me? Because I was talking about the population range and skin color. Why can't you figure that out?
Based on what? Based on what?
Based off the Cairo Symposium, based off of what the fuck the goddamn experts been saying lately. So now y'all coming to argue and confirm the darker skin portion of the population that we already been saying. Y'all the ones need every Egyptian walking with
That,
dark skin, which is crazy.
so is
Y'all
so
need
is that what
all
Chief X
African
been saying?
Americans with dark skin. Y'all need that.
Is
Y'all,
this what Chief X been saying?
nigga, I'm
And
not
I'm
trying
not saying
to
you Chief X. I'm not saying
right,
you Chief X.
right. I
I
don't
just
say
want to know, is this what Chief X been saying?
that nigga say ain't no dark skinned niggas in Egypt. That nigga say that.
Okay.
That's that nigga. That's a wild ass nigga. That's a bitch ass nigga. I ain't that nigga. You can't just tell me any damn thing. I ain't against my people. Yeah, I don't got a lot of kicker. Yo, I stand on my own, yo. So if I paid for an interview, I'm gonna tell y'all I paid for the interview. So what y'all gonna do to me because I paid for an interview?
Oh, I gave that up. Bro.
And I ain't supposed to pay for
I
an interview.
gave it up. Bro. I
Oh,
gave it up. You
yeah,
didn't
I'm
pay
saying
for the interview.
I ain't trying to be little smash. That nigga trying to be little me because he getting beat up. I ain't the one can't read the book and don't know. I ain't the one that don't know what would have mean or should have or would have. Hell,
All right, come on. Why you have to go there, man?
yeah, I'm going there, bro, because Whitman told him when he did the interview with him what the fuck would have mean. But y'all
All
going
right. Well,
out
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this then. If they found Kimu or Kemet after the symposium, then what does the would have mean then?
I don't know what it means. That's more information that that man obviously didn't have at the time. I'm talking about what the hell they was talking about at the time what it meant. Now you're going to talk about another discovery that that man might not have been aware of. And then I don't even know if that's exactly what that is because I don't trust y'all with that shit these days because y'all ain't proper with it. So I don't know. I have not looked into that. What I do know is that wasn't the case when he made those statements in 1974.
And everybody agrees with you. What we're saying is we found it since the composer, not we, because it's in sources that you can look up online.
Fine. So why don't y'all bring it out to the community and leave the would have statement in 1974 out of it? Two separate things. Just say, yo, I proved them wrong that
Ankh,
they actually did do it.
Ankh,
I ain't argued that with
Ankh,
y'all.
Ankh. Smash went on a website by a very well respected doctor named Henry Ranker that shows names of the Middle Kingdom, and he showed the name Kemu. He showed all of those names
Ranking, first of all, let's
more than once,
get this straight. First of all that man work is
more
in
than
Germany.
once.
All that man work is in Germany. Second of all, that nigga left Germany because he was running from the third rank and came to America and worked for a while. Then he went back. Fourth of
Okay,
all, that
okay,
man does
okay.
not support. Hold on, that man
That
does
has
not
nothing to do
support
with it. That
nobody
has nothing to
racializing
do with
his
it.
work because that's not how he thought about that. So anybody
You
You
that
see
didn't
that
say
you
that.
just did
You
it
didn't
again.
say
You
that,
just did it again, huh?
Ankh,
Cause
Ankh,
because when hold
Ankh. You
on,
didn't
Joe,
say that.
hold on, Joey,
You didn't say that.
because when the source go on the screen, it says physical description, and you just did it again. It said y'all racializing his work. No, we're not. We're
no,
saying black skin.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying that nobody said that Hemi or Peppy the Black couldn't have been a dark skinned person. Nobody said that, bro. I wouldn't have argued that. That's dumb. But
Okay,
what it shows
okay,
is that most people wouldn't have been
okay.
dark skinned. You know that, right? If you only found
No,
15,000
No, no, no,
names, if
no.
you only
That's
found
not.
1,500, hold
That's
on,
not true
bro.
at all.
If you only found 1,500 names, bro, hold on, yo, over a 4,500 year period, yo, how many dark skinned people do you really got, yo? Like y'all act like y'all
We're
can't
not.
think past the front of y'all face, yo.
That
Like y'all too
But,
enamored with the
but
word
the
black. Y'all
name doesn't limit the number of dark
no man,
skinned
but I'm
people.
saying that's the fight was fighting though. We found dark skinned people. Okay, bro, you supposed to find how you not gonna find dark skinned people in Africa? Like who argues that? Like y'all
that's not
tripping
that.
with this thing, yo.
She
That's
said
not the
I,
argument.
man,
That's not the
I know,
argument.
but
That's
I'm
not
not,
the
definitely
argument.
I'm
poor.
not Chief X though, yo.
Hold on, hold on,
But you
hold
can't
on,
say who argues that and then we name people that argues that though.
hold on, hold on, hold on, Yurik. What we're trying to get you to understand, is that the
What are you
word
trying to
black
get
has
me to
nothing.
understand? I'm the one trying to get y'all to understand. What
Hold
is
on,
you trying to get
hold
me to
on.
understand?
Can I finish? Can I finish? We
Go ahead.
agree. We're not arguing race. We're saying the word black
Okay,
existed
but that's
before
not how I
race.
started. I had to
So if
beat
we
y'all
say
off
that they're
that
black, it
damn
doesn't
point.
mean
No, you
it has
didn't.
I
nothing to
did
do with
It
because
race.
that
says
is
on the
so
Has
screen
nothing to do with
physical
race.
that
description.
is so
You
disingenuous right now,
racialized.
yo. So what you so when they just called themselves black was what, yo? What
A
was y'all trying to
physical
say?
description.
Hold on. So
A
they was
physical
trying to so
description.
the whole pop hold on. So you trying to tell me that the whole population was trying to call themselves the black skin people? Is that what y'all saying? So I got that mixed
I'm
up.
saying,
What?
I'm
No. What
saying
we're saying
at a
is
time, I'm saying
no,
that
no,
around
no,
the time they
no. What
started
we're
naming it Kemet and they was fighting with some Asiatics, they separated that shit by calling the land of the Asiatics the land of the Asiatics and Kemet the land of black. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm saying that's not true, yo.
well, we're not saying
I
everyone in
I
ancient
could
Kemet was
prove
dark
it.
skinned.
I
We're
could prove
saying
it.
that. What we're
I could
saying
prove
is
it from before the hit
Too many
no.
Soviet
We're not
Americans,
Union.
saying.
bro.
We're not saying.
So can you
We're not
hold
saying
on.
everyone in Kemet
Is y'all
was.
is
We're
y'all at
not saying
least gonna
everyone in
is
Kemet
y'all
was
at least
dark skinned. We're saying everyone in Kemet was black.
no.
That's what
Are
we're
y'all at
saying. We're not
least
saying
gonna
dark
agree
skin. We're
that the
saying
expert
black.
hold on, man. Are y'all at least gonna agree that the experts didn't agree to that? Y'all at least gotta agree to that. Yeah, come on, yo.
Agree to what?
Like really?
Didn't
Agree
agree
to
with
what?
what?
That the word
Agree to what?
Kemet don't mean
Agree with
black
what?
skin. Nothing. Or black
I
people or
don't know.
black skin, nothing. Did the
They
experts say
have.
I know
that?
the Greek. I
No, no.
know the
Let's
Greek
let's
said
be.
the majority
And I
Hold
of
on.
them
don't
Let's
was
get
be
no,
fair.
black.
I'm talking about the glyph.
But
Did
let's be
any
fair.
expert I
Let's
would
be fair.
agree to that? Yeah, answer
Let's
that.
be fair,
Yeah,
Yuri.
answer that.
Herodotus.
Yes, be fair. Let's
Nah,
be
man, I know.
fair.
Come
No,
on,
hold
yo.
on,
You
hold on,
serious right now,
hold
yo?
on, Yuri.
Yes, I am.
Let's be fair.
You talking about
Hold on.
robbers?
Let's be fair. They had, at some point, they had some scholars who said that, but we explained to you they got that from Plutarch. That is where they got it from. That was
What?
not something that the ancient
No,
Kemetic people
Diop said
said.
that. Oh,
No,
no. Don't
hold on,
play that, man. Don't play
hold
that
on,
with me. That's what
hold on,
Diop said.
No,
No, yo, Diop said that, bro. You ain't gotta hold on, Diop said that, bro. What you talking about? In
Diop said
1974,
what?
he said
Diop
that
said
the
what?
glyph of Kemet
Diop
can
said black
mean
land,
black people.
but he didn't say black land.
He said black people.
He
Nobody
right. He
said
didn't say
black
black
land at that
land.
time.
He said black people. That's what Diop said.
No, he said Negroes.
All right,
Literally,
black.
that's
Okay,
the
Nick.
exact
He
word that he
said the
used.
word Kim means black people. It was referring to the people and not the
No,
land.
he said the Negroes. He used the
Man,
terminology of the time, and he said the
stop it,
Negroes.
man. So he still
That
said
was
it's
the
referring to the people. And to the
exact
people.
quote. No,
Okay,
no,
so
quote him properly. He said the Negroes. That's what he said. Let's quote him properly. It means the same thing, but he
so
said the
did I
Negroes.
bring any of
Um,
this? So then any of
we,
the experts,
we're not
it
going to misquote the
translates to
man's
black
style.
people. Stop it. The word
I said
negro
that.
in French translates to black.
I
So
know.
since
We
I
know that.
speak English,
We
I'm
know that.
saying
We
black.
know
And I'm
that.
saying he said it
We
referred to
know
the
that.
people. Now, my question to you is, did
Yes.
any expert I bring agree that the shit meant black people? Because y'all said they all
They said
agreed. So
African.
obviously they didn't agree to that.
They
Answer the
said
question.
they said African, and African means black. One of them also talked about people frequently using the nickname Kemi, which meant the black or the black one. Yes, they agreed that that was a nickname among.
Yeah, you just saying.
Yes, they did agree to that.
You
One of
just
the experts did agree to that, and they also talked about using red, and red is lighter skinned people as opposed to darker
you
skinned
saying
people.
you
So they made
saying
a contrast
y'all
between
just
lighter
man,
skin.
y'all like
No,
a
I didn't
fucking
say
like
that.
a
I didn't say that.
Man, y'all just
I didn't
crazy.
say that.
I ain't sitting in
I
that
didn't,
shit.
brother. I didn't say that, bro.
Bro, get out of here, bro.
They said
Get out of
they said they
here.
had two brothers, Henny the
It's
black
all
and Henny the
incoherent.
red.
It's all flim
To you,
flammery.
not
It's
to
all
anybody else.
bullshit.
Everybody else understands.
It's
Everybody
all
else understands what
bullshit.
I just said.
It's all bullshit. So I'm
If
gonna
you say so.
reiterate for y'all
If
so
you
y'all
say
go tell
so.
that fake ass nigga.
If you say so.
Why would
If
you
you say
cuss
so.
out a group of experts that
He
agree
didn't
with
cuss
y'all?
anybody.
Who does
He
that? He
didn't cuss
did,
out
nigga.
no
What's
woman.
wrong with
He
y'all?
didn't do that.
Man, he
He
did, man.
did
He
not.
well,
They
he said,
agree,
he said,
and then what they
make
disagree
your
with, he
mind up, yo.
addressed.
No. Make your mind up,
No,
yo.
he did not.
Make your
What they
Did not come.
disagree with, he addressed.
He didn't curse them. That's not what he
Why
said.
a person? He did. He called them all
He didn't
kind of
use
and
any bad
threatened them, yo.
words.
What is wrong with y'all, yo?
No, he did not.
Yeah,
No,
you
he
going
didn't.
too far with all that.
He
Yeah, all
never
right.
did that.
Okay. Well, don't
He
worry. We'll
never
make
did
sure.
that.
If he,
He had a
as the
Nah,
biggest
conversation.
threat he said
well,
was
you know I don't
of
say nothing without
intellectual.
doing it. Well, you know I don't just
Nah,
say
he didn't
shit, right?
say
You
that.
know how I'm coming.
Nah,
So
he
long
didn't
as
say
y'all,
And
that.
y'all, y'all
you
do know
just
how I'm
been
coming.
No,
saying
he
shit
didn't.
for the last
He
two
did not.
years.
Y'all
You
do
ain't
know how I'm
proved nothing.
y'all do know how I'm coming. I know because you incoherent. I'm gonna prove this tonight.
Nah.
I'm not getting off this show till I play what that lady said. That's what I'm gonna do for you.
Oh,
Like you
please.
playing. Yeah.
Make sure you play the
She said
frequency
African,
part.
Unc.
Yeah. Okay.
She said
You know,
African.
Make sure you don't
I
skip
want
She
to
that.
said
talk about.
African.
I want to talk about petty unk. Yeah, what the lady said. I'm gonna see what she said since the shit got cut off. I'm gonna play the
She
whole
said
thing.
Peppy, Unc.
Yeah, all right. I know.
Peppy,
Yeah.
Unc.
We're gonna
Peppy,
we're gonna
Unc.
find out, ain't
Peppy,
we?
Unc.
Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. Where else Reggie at? Reggie stuck. I got you,
And they
Reg.
have
Yeah, don't. Yeah, I
nah.
got you,
He
Reg.
rebooting. His
Good,
computer
I
been in
got you.
trouble.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah,
Right.
good.
And
Yeah,
she
I'm
said
on y'all
Peppy.
head.
And she
Just
said
playing.
Peppy Unc Kem. That's what she said. The name
Yeah.
was Peppy Unc Kem.
Yeah.
Kem means dark,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they use dark and red
Watch
to
this.
describe dark and light skinned people. That is what they're saying. That's what
Mm-hmm.
she said. She called it a nickname.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not not to be
She
fair, I'm not
said,
gonna say Maggie
she
Bryson
said,
said that.
she
I'm not
said,
sure. I'm not.
she
I'm
said
not
when
sure
they
it was
call
Maggie
people
Bryson.
black, it might be because of their hair, but no, everybody has black hair, so it's probably the skin. Yeah, that's what she said.
Said hair and skin, and
And
then
then she
she
said
went on
everybody
explaining
has
about the
black
Vikings.
hair, so
And
it's
then she
probably
went
skin.
okay, so then she would she ain't probably said none of that. You probably lying on purpose. I can
Play
read
it,
what she said.
play it,
I'm
play
gonna
it.
play it and read it. And she talked about the Vikings, nigga. You think the Vikings black? You think she meant that too?
Well,
Yeah,
well,
incoherent, yo.
You thought now you jumping to a different person.
No, it's the same part of the video. Know what she said? The hell wrong with y'all? I talked to the lady. Lady ain't say that. Y'all act like I ain't
well.
talked to the lady off the camera. Y'all tripping, making up shit.
That lady said she's striving for people that fight against black people.
Man, you don't even know what you talking about, bro, right now. You don't even know what the hell she was doing. You tripping. So what? That
Ah,
lady don't got a problem with that, nigga, but that ain't academia. She say, no, it don't mean that. But she don't got a problem with that. Okay, nigga, I got a problem with y'all doing it. And acting like y'all over through the field. Now, she might not. I do.
I
Okay.
know. That's why you make up arguments
We
and
Yeah, I'm
put
like,
it on them.
damn, now all of a sudden y'all ain't
Like
talking
him is
about
a racialized
um
her,
now
like you
y'all
just did.
is all
no,
right.
You
but I
just
didn't.
did it in
Now,
real
all of a
time. You
sudden,
just did it in
now all
real
of a sudden
time.
you gonna sit here and act like y'all ain't say they call themselves the black people. No, we was just saying for the black skin, yeah, whatever, yo.
On the
Whatever.
screen, big as hell on the source, it says physical description.
Yeah, I don't know what you
It
talking about.
said it since day one,
Yeah,
and you jump in and made it racialized.
you made that up, bro.
All right.
You know that shit all that, nigga. Anytime I
Yeah,
feel like,
and you know physical description is on the screen, is it not?
anytime I feel like I can just pull that up. Anytime he get too slick out the mouth, I'm pulling that shit up. I
Pull it
got
up.
thousands of clips.
That shit
Every
don't
time
help
I do
you.
it, nigga, okay,
That
I know
shit
it
don't
don't.
help you
I know it don't. I know it don't.
at all.
I know it don't.
Well, you're
Yeah, it sure
well,
don't. It
well,
don't. It
well,
don't help a
well, I'm sure it well,
don't.
well,
Crazy.
you're
Every
Yeah.
time
You
my
do
life
know
seems like bullshit.
when he asked Maggie Bryson the question, she gave a long ring around the rosy answer about black. Then she said African.
Nah, she said no, she did. She said
Yeah,
But
exactly what she was supposed to say.
but Yurik,
yeah.
she
Don't get
gave a
scared now.
long she gave a
Yeah, don't get scared
but
now, nigga.
She gave a long caveat about why she doesn't want to say said. She said, I prefer African because I don't want to offend people because they don't like black and slavery and black and slavery and black, and gave a whole lot of around the rosy explanation before she said African.
No,
We heard her
she
say
said one drop rule. I know what she said. She said she was cool. That's what she said.
said all that
I know
too.
what the fuck she said.
She said
All right, then that means something.
But before that,
Hey, you overusing that too.
Yeah,
before that,
whatever, nigga.
You overusing that too.
Yeah, I know I am. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
you
want
are.
she had a
to talk about that.
she had a
Because
whole
you
long
use that
explanation
like you
before
saying
that.
Egyptians had one black ancestor. That's bullshit, and you know it.
I don't respect none of y'all niggas.
That's bullshit, and you know it. You
Nobody.
can't be sitting here talking about one drop rule like the Egyptians have one black
I
ancestor.
don't do whatever, nigga.
That's what they mean by one drop rule, and that's not what they mean by black
Check
Egyptians.
this out.
Bro.
Check this out.
That's
Shorty, you
BS.
ain't ready for a conversation with me, yo. Go stay in your lane, yo.
Now I've already made you backtrack.
Yeah, stay in your lane, nigga. I ain't
You
back.
already backtrack.
You didn't
All
hear
right, we're gonna see.
you
we about
didn't
to
hear her
backtrack.
give that long drawn explanation before she said.
It don't matter. It don't matter what you said about him. It don't matter, Joe.
He don't matter. Yeah, he don't care. He won't argue with me.
But hold on, Yurik. The point I'm making is before she said one drop rule, she gave a whole long explanation. She gave a whole long explanation before she said one drop, huh? About black in North Africa. She gave a whole long explanation before she said one drop. She gave a whole long explanation why she don't want to say black. She gave a whole long explanation before she said that. So we never act like she just said one drop. She said she gave a whole long dissertation on why she don't want to say black. She said that.
One drop, what we gonna do?
I'm telling you what she said before she said one drop.
We know that one drop rule shit is over.
She said a whole lot before that. She said a whole lot before that, yes. She said a whole lot before that. She said a whole lot before.
Can you at least agree when they say one drop rule in America, they talk about if you're a white person and you have one black ancestor, you're black.
No, nigga, they talking about a pseudoscientific rule, nigga. It's pseudoscientific.
Of course it is. I agree. Okay, but is that not what they say?
For anything, it's pseudoscientific.
That's why I say it's overused. And BS.
Nigga, I'm saying intelligent.
If it's pseudoscientific, how you let Karen Cooley give you the one drop rule? If it's pseudoscience.
You didn't understand what she was. She said it was cruel, bro. The fuck is going on, yo? Am I like the biggest idiot or something? The lady said it was a cruel social rule. You ain't here saying that.
She said that. She said that, and I agree. But that's getting away from the. That's getting away from the question.
It actually ain't, yo. Why would a person say?
It is.
Hold on. Why would a white person?
Hold on.
It's cruel?
She did say that though, Yurik. She did say that.
I didn't say she didn't say it.